Your database is down. You try to start it and systemd gives you one cold word. Failed. No reason, no hint, just failed. And this is the exact moment most people start guessing. They reinstall, they reboot, some even start deleting things. But the answer is sitting right there, one log line below, and almost everyone scrolls straight past it. Here is the mental model that makes this easy. Think of Postgres as a very paranoid bank. The real valuables, your data, live in a vault, which is just a folder on disk called the data directory. A good bank only opens for business if that vault is locked down tight, where the manager and nobody else holds the key. So every single morning, before it unlocks the front doors, Postgres walks over and checks the vault. And if it finds that vault standing wide open, where anyone could wander in and read every record, it refuses to open at all. It shuts the whole branch down and hands you a note. That note is the log line. Let's go read it. Quick gut check. Your database will not start, and systemctl only says failed. What is the very first thing you do? One of these is the calm, senior move. The other three are how you turn a 5-minute fix into a very bad afternoon. Lock in your pick, and we will prove it in the terminal. First, the full status, not just that one word. A service is just a long-running program that systemd looks after, and this one is our database. Read down the page. Active, failed. It even shows the start command exited with a failure. So systemd is being honest. It tried, the process died. But notice what is completely missing. It never tells you why it died. This is exactly where the trail goes cold for most people. Systemd manages the process from the outside, but it has no idea what went wrong inside Postgres. For that, we have to ask Postgres itself. So we pull Postgres' own log. Journalctl is just the command that reads the system journal, the running diary of everything the machine and its services do. We ask it for the postgresql unit and read the last few lines, and there it is. Not the systemd noise, but the line one level deeper. Fatal. Data directory has invalid permissions, and the line right underneath spells out exactly what it wanted. Permissions should be owner read write execute, or owner plus group read. That is the entire case in 2 lines. The vault was not locked the way the bank demands, so the bank refused to open. Let's go look at the vault ourselves. Stat shows a file's permissions and its owner. The first number is the permission mode, then the owner, then the path, and look at that, 777. In Linux, that means read, write, and execute for the owner, for the group, and for absolutely everyone else on the box. The data directory, full of the raw database files, is wide open. Any user logged into this machine could read it. To Postgres, that is not a warning. It is a deal breaker. Let's make this stick, because interviewers love it. The data directory is the vault. It holds the raw database files, your tables, and your rows sitting right there on disk. Whoever can read that folder can read your entire database, no password required. Permissions are simply who is allowed in. 700 means only the owner, the Postgres user, can touch it. 777 means everyone can. One is a locked vault. The other is a vault with the door taken clean off the hinges. And here is the part people miss. This is not a config error, and nothing is corrupted. Postgres deliberately checks the vault's lock every single time it starts. Anything looser than owner plus group, and it refuses, on purpose, to protect your data from the other users on that machine. So if an interviewer asks why Postgres won't start when the config looks perfect, this is your answer. It is a built-in security self-check on the data directory permissions. Not a bug, and not corruption. That one sentence tells them you actually understand the database, not just how to restart it. The fix is simply to lock the vault back up. Chmod sets the permissions, and 700 means owner only, the Postgres user, and nobody else. We chain a stat onto the end to check our work in the same breath, and there it is, 700 still owned by Postgres. The vault is sealed, exactly the way the bank demanded. One note for real life. If a bad restore also changed the owner, you would chown it back to Postgres first. Here, only the lock was wrong. Now we start it for real and immediately ask systemd whether it is alive. Active. No failure this time. The bank checked the vault, found it locked, and opened the doors. But active only means the process is running. Let's prove the database is actually answering. PG is ready asks the database directly, "Are you accepting connections?" And it answers. Accepting connections on port 5432, that is the real green light. Not just a running process, but a database ready to serve queries. We are back. The playbook screenshot this one. 1. Do not reinstall and do not reboot. Read the service's own log with journalctl and let it name the real cause for you. 2. If the log says data directory has invalid permissions, that is the vault, the data directory. The problem is the lock, not the data itself. 3. Set the owner back to Postgres and the permissions to 700. Owner only. Then it will start right up. 4. The prevention. Never run chmod recursive 777 on a data directory just to make some other problem go away. It is the single fastest way to cause this exact outage. Tight permissions are a feature, not an obstacle. Right up, back to our paranoid bank. The vault, the data directory, had been left wide open at 777, where any user on the box could read every record inside. So the bank, Postgres, did exactly what a good bank should. It refused to open and handed you a note, the fatal log line, naming the problem. Systemctl only said failed because systemd babysits the process from outside. It never looks inside the vault. The senior lesson that lands in interviews. When Postgres won't start, read its own log first, and know that invalid permissions is a deliberate security self-check, not a bug. Lock the data directory back to 700, owner only, and it opens right up. And never, ever fix a permission problem by throwing everything open to 777. That is the move that put us here in the first place. Case 6 closed. A database that flat out refused to start, and the answer was one log line that nearly everyone scrolls right past. If this finally made Postgres permissions click for you, subscribe, because the next case is a genuine head-scratcher. A website crawling to a halt while the CPU sits almost completely idle. How can a server be overloaded when the processors are doing nothing at all? See you there.